Listen to me. You got dreams, right? Goals, visions. You see it in your mind, that car, that house, that freedom. But let me ask you something. What are you doing today to earn it? You can't wish for it. You can't hope for it. You got to grind for it. Every morning you wake up, that's an opportunity. That's your moment. The world don't owe you nothing, not your boss, not your parents, not the government. It's on you to make it happen. That alarm clock, that's not just a sound. That's a call to greatness. While they sleeping, you grinding. While they complaining, you pushing. While they watching Netflix, you studying, working, building. Rise and grind means you don't wait for motivation. You create it. It means you're hungry not for comfort, but for success, for progress, for purpose. So don't hit snooze. Don't scroll through your phone. Don't wait for the right time. The right time is now. Wake up, lock in, and go get what's yours. Discipline beats motivation. It's a truth that separates those who wish from those who achieve. Motivation is great. It's exciting. It feels good. It gets you started, but it's not enough. Motivation is like a spark, a moment of energy that pushes you forward temporarily. Discipline, on the other hand, is the fuel that keeps the fire burning even when the spark dies out. Discipline is what makes you show up on the days you don't feel like it. Discipline is what makes you push through when motivation is nowhere to be found. Everybody gets motivated at some point. You watch a video, hear a speech, go to an event, and you feel like you're ready to take on the world. But what happens the next morning when you wake up tired? What happens when it's raining outside, when you don't feel good, when life hits you with stress, failure, or distractions? That's where most people stop. That's where motivation fades and comfort creeps back in. But discipline, that's when discipline kicks in. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't ask for your permission. Discipline is about commitment. It's about making a decision and sticking to it no matter what. Eric Thomas once said, "You will not outwork me." That doesn't come from motivation. That's born from years of discipline, waking up early when nobody else is up, studying when others are partying, practicing when others are sleeping. Discipline is the decision to show up every single day with the same energy, the same hunger, the same mindset, whether you feel like it or not. Look at the people who are successful, not just for a season, but consistently over time. Athletes, CEOs, entrepreneurs, artists, they don't rely on motivation. They live by discipline. Kobe Bryant didn't wait to feel good to train. He trained when he was tired. He trained when he was injured. He trained when others were on vacation. Why? Because discipline doesn't take days off. If you want something bad enough, you can't afford to wait until you're in the mood. You have to move even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Discipline is what builds habits, and habits create results. When you do something every single day, it becomes who you are. You don't need to force it anymore because it's part of your identity. You don't skip the gym because that's just what you do. You don't slack off at work because excellence is your standard. You don't procrastinate because taking action is your default. That kind of mindset doesn't come from hype, comes from discipline. People will look at your success and think it happened overnight. They'll think you got lucky or that things were handed to you, but they'll never see the 5 a.m. mornings, the sacrifices, the repetition, the pain, the consistency, the boring, unglamorous work that no one wants to do, but you did it anyway. Why? Because you had the discipline to keep going when it wasn't exciting. And let's be honest, it's not always going to be exciting. The grind is hard. It's lonely. It's frustrating. You'll want to quit. You'll question yourself. You'll wonder if it's even worth it. But that's the moment that separates the discipline from the motivated. Because the motivated give up when it gets tough. The disciplined dig deeper. They find a way. They remember their why and keep moving. You're not always going to be inspired. That's just reality. Life is unpredictable. Emotions come and go. Circumstances change. But your goals, your purpose, they don't go away. They're still waiting for you to reach them. And the only bridge between where you are and where you want to be is discipline. That's it. No shortcuts, no easy way out. Just consistent effort, day in and day out. So if you want to build something great, whether it's a business, a body, a skill, or a legacy, you need to stop chasing motivation. Start cultivating discipline. Discipline to wake up early. Discipline to stay focused. discipline to do the work when nobody's watching, discipline to stick to the plan, discipline to say no to distractions, discipline to keep your word to yourself and to others. At the end of the day, motivation might help you start, but it's discipline that will finish the race. It's discipline that will separate you from the pack. Discipline is what champions are made of. You want to change your life? Stop waiting for a feeling. Make a decision. Commit to the process. Embrace the discomfort. And above all, stay disciplined. Because when motivation fades, discipline remains. And that's what wins every single time. Your grind must match your goals. That's a principle most people overlook when they talk about dreams and success. Everyone wants the success. Everyone wants the lifestyle, the freedom, the recognition. But very few are willing to put in the grind that actually matches the size of their dreams. You can't expect $1 million results with minimum wage effort. You can't say you want to be great and then work like you're average. Your work ethic, your consistency, your hustling, all has to line up with what you say you want. If it doesn't, then you're not chasing a dream. You're just wishing. Think about it. If you say you want to be the best in your field, then your actions have to prove it. That means waking up earlier, staying up later, putting in more hours, learning more, practicing more. You can't do what everyone else is doing and expect to get something different. You got to go above and beyond. You got to be obsessed with your goal. That's what grind is. It's not about working hard once in a while. It's about doing it every single day, even when no one's watching, even when there's no applause, even when there's no immediate reward. A lot of people talk a big game. They post quotes on social media. They say they're grinding. They make big promises. But then you look at their habits. You see them sleeping in, skipping the small steps, procrastinating. That grind doesn't match the goal. You say you want to start your own business, but you're not reading, not learning, not planning, not saving. You say you want to be a professional athlete, but you're not training, not dieting, not pushing your limits. That's the disconnect. The grind has to match the goal every single time. There's no shortcut, no cheat code. If you want to build something massive, your grind has to be relentless. If your dream is heavy, your hustle better be heavier. People forget that success isn't given. It's earned through sweat, through focus, through sacrifice. Every goal has a price tag, and that price is paid in time, energy, effort, and discipline. If you're not willing to pay that price, then you don't really want it. It's that simple. Let me give you an example. If someone tells me they want to be a doctor, that's a serious goal. That goal requires years of study, long nights, stress, exams, internships, constant learning. So if your grind is weak, if you can't sit down and study, if you can't manage your time, if you give up after one bad grade, you're not going to make it. The goal demands a certain grind. You have to meet that demand or you fall short. Same goes for business, sports, music, anything. Every dream has requirements, and your work ethic is either meeting those requirements or it's not. What separates winners from losers is not talent, it's not luck, it's not even intelligence, it's the grind. The person who keeps showing up, keeps pushing, keeps growing, that's the person who wins. The grind builds character, it builds toughness, it builds the mental strength to keep going when things don't go your way. And that's something no one can give you. You got to earn it through work, through pain, through patience, through grind. And don't get it twisted, grinding doesn't mean burning yourself out. It doesn't mean chaos. It means intentional focus, consistent effort. It means building systems. It means prioritizing the things that get you closer to your goal and cutting out the things that don't. If you say you want something big, but your life is full of distractions, full of bad habits, full of wasted time, then your grind is weak. You've got to be real with yourself. Look at your schedule. Look at your choices. Are they helping you? Are they moving you forward? Or are they just keeping you busy? Sometimes the grind is quiet. It's not glamorous. It's not Instagram worthy, but it's effective. It's waking up early to write one more page. It's staying late to finish that workout. It's saying no to the party so you can work on your craft. It's repeating the same drill 100 times until you get it right. It's boring. It's repetitive, but that's what excellence requires. That's what growth demands. And that's the grind that matches the goal. If you truly want to achieve something big, stop talking and start doing. Match your energy to your ambition. Match your actions to your vision. Match your grind to your goals. Because the dream will not work unless you do. Every single day, you have a chance to move closer to your goal. Every single day, you can choose to grind or to coast. And if you choose to grind consistently, with passion and purpose, there's nothing you can't do. So stop dreaming small and grinding smaller. Dream big, but grind even bigger. That's how you win. That's how you rise. That's how you turn goals into reality. Success is not for the chosen few. It's for the few who choose it. That single mindset can change everything. Most people live with the false belief that greatness is reserved for certain individuals, those born with special talents, those from privileged backgrounds, those who got lucky. But the truth is, success isn't locked away for a select group. It's available to anyone who's willing to work for it. Anyone who's willing to sacrifice, to push past fear, to stay consistent and grind day in and day out. It's not about being chosen. It's about making the choice. People love to blame circumstances. They say things like, I wasn't born rich, or I didn't get the same opportunities. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, someone to discover them, someone to hand them a chance. But life doesn't work that way. Success doesn't knock on your door randomly. It doesn't chase you down. You have to go after it. You have to wake up and choose it every single day, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely. Even when nothing is going your way, especially then, the ones who win are the ones who make a decision deep down inside that they're not going to live average. They're not going to settle. They're not going to let fear stop them. They decide, this is my life, this is my dream, and I'm going to get it. That's not luck. That's not being chosen. That's courage. That's ownership. That's what separates the few who actually make it from the millions who only wish for it. Look around you. The most successful people you know weren't necessarily born with a silver spoon. Many of them started with nothing. They just refused to stay where they were. They believed they were capable of more, and they acted like it. They showed up early, they stayed late, they learned from failure, and they didn't quit. They didn't wait for someone to pick them. They chose themselves. They believed they were worth the effort, worth the grind, worth the process. You've got that same choice. You don't need permission. You don't need someone to validate you. You don't need a perfect background or a spotless record. You just need to make the decision that you want more and then follow through. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the decision to start and the discipline to continue. That's it. The problem is most people don't believe they're capable. They think success is something that happens to other people. So they shrink their dreams. They settle for just enough. They convince themselves it's not for them. But the truth is, it could be for them if they just choose it. If they stop making excuses, if they stop playing small. Success is a choice that shows up in your daily habits, in your mindset, in your grind. Every day you're either choosing it or you're choosing something else. You can't keep saying, I want more, while living like you're okay with less. If you want more, you have to move different, think different, work different. You have to start carrying yourself like the person you're trying to become. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. The person who succeeds doesn't wait until they feel ready. They act now and grow along the way. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Make the choice to show up. Make the choice to stay hungry. Make the choice to stay in the game even when you feel like quitting. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build confidence. That's how you build a legacy. It won't be easy. You'll have days where you question everything. You'll face failure, doubt, disappointment. But guess what? So did every successful person before you. The difference is they kept choosing the goal. They kept showing up. They didn't let the pain stop them. They let it shape them. And every day they made a decision to rise, to grind, to grow. The beautiful thing is you get to decide. You can choose average or you can choose excellence. You can choose comfort or you can choose growth. You can choose excuses or you can choose results. The power has always been in your hands. But you've got to believe it. You've got to own it because no one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you your dream. You have to chase it. You have to fight for it. You have to claim it like it already belongs to you. So stop waiting to be chosen. Stop waiting for the right time. Start now. Choose success. Choose focus. Choose discipline. Choose your dream. Every time you get up early, every time you work through the pain, every time you say no to distractions, that's you choosing success. And if you keep choosing it long enough, with enough passion and enough commitment, one day success will choose you right back.
Excuses are the comfort zones of the mind, the lies we tell ourselves to justify staying the same. They are the chains that hold us back from becoming everything we were meant to be. Excuses are easy. They come naturally. When something's hard, when life gets uncomfortable, when we don't see immediate results, the mind tries to protect us by offering an escape route. An excuse. An excuse. I don't have time. I'm too tired. It's not the right moment. I wasn't born with talent. These phrases become the soundtrack of a life stuck in neutral, going nowhere fast. But if you want to rise and grind, if you want to reach that higher level of success, you've got to stop making excuses and start making adjustments. Excuses are about staying the same. Adjustments are about growth. Excuses say, this is why I can't. Adjustments ask, how can I? That's a completely different mindset. One is rooted in fear and limitation. The other is rooted in power and possibility. The moment you stop giving energy to your excuses is the moment you begin to take control of your life. You see, life doesn't care about your reasons. It cares about your results. No matter how valid your excuses may seem, they don't build your dreams. They don't put in the work. They don't make the sacrifices. They don't push you forward. That's on you. You gotta own your life. Own your time. Own your choices. Because the harsh truth is this: as long as you keep making excuses, someone else who did is gonna take the spot you said you wanted. When you let go of excuses, you start to realize just how much you've been getting in your own way. That's a hard pill to swallow. It's easier to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck. But growth begins with ownership. It begins when you stop pointing fingers and start pointing thumbs right back at yourself. That's not self-blame. Because if you're the problem, you're also the solution. The grind doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired or busy or not in the mood. The grind respects action. It respects consistency. It rewards those who show up regardless. So if you want to be that person, if you want to separate yourself from the pack, you've got to replace every excuse with effort. You got to flip the script. Instead of I can't, say I will find a way. Instead of I'm not ready, say I'm not ready. Say I'll prepare until I am. Instead of it's too hard, say I'm getting stronger. Excuses also live in comparison. When you spend your energy comparing your journey to someone else's, you start feeling like you're behind, like you're not good enough. That's when the excuses creep in. They have more support. Or they started earlier. Or they're more talented. But the truth is, you don't need to match someone else's pace. You just need to master your own. Your race is your race. And every time you stop to compare, you slow down your momentum. So keep your eyes on your lane and grind. The people who make it to the top didn't have perfect condition. They didn't have endless time, unlimited resources, or constant motivation. What they had was grit. What they had was the ability to silence their excuses and show up anyway. They learned to push through resistance. They understood that progress happens when comfort ends. And that mindset made all the difference. When you stop making excuses, something powerful happens. You start believing in your own potential. You start proving to yourself that you're capable. That belief builds over time. Each day you say no to an excuse and yes to action, you strengthen your confidence. You build trust in yourself. And that trust becomes unshakable. You stop needing validation from others because you know what you're made of. Excuses are also sneaky. Sometimes they wear the disguise of logic and practicality. I need more research. I should wait for the right timing. Let me get everything perfect first. But perfectionism is just fear dressed up as productivity. There will never be a perfect time. Conditions will never be ideal. Start where you are with what you have. Learn as you go. Adjust along the way. That's how winners move. Success demands responsibility. And responsibility means taking full ownership of your mindset and your actions. It means doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It means understanding that every choice matters. Every excuse you eliminate brings you one step closer to your goal. Every day you show up without excuse, you become more unstoppable. So take a moment and look in the mirror, not just at who you are, but who you could be. What kind of life would you have if you stopped making excuses? What kind of goals would you smash? What kind of strength would you unlock? It's all within you unlock. You got to get honest. You've got to call yourself out because no one is coming to do it for you. The rise is on you. The grind is on you. Excuses may have gotten you this far, but they won't take you any further. They don't belong in the next chapter of your story. Replace them with discipline, with hunger, with action. Choose to grind, choose to grow, choose to rise. Success is not accidental, it's intentional. It doesn't fall into your lap just because you want it. It doesn't come because you hope for it, prayed for it, or talked about it. Success comes to those who prepare for it, who plan for it, who act like it's already on its way. It's a mindset, a routine, a standard you live by every single day. If you want to rise, if you want to grind and make your dream a reality, you got to move like someone who already believes success is inevitable. You can't treat your goal like a hobby and expect it to pay you like a profession. Now, too many people say they want to win, but they're not moving like winners. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or for someone to come and help them. That's not how success works. Success responds to preparation. It finds those who are ready. You don't get ready once the opportunity arrives. You stay ready so when the door opens, you can walk through it without hesitation. Preparation is your proof of belief. If you truly believe your dream is possible, your actions will reflect that belief. You'll wake up earlier, you'll study harder. You'll train longer, you'll cut off distraction. You'll invest your time, energy, and focus into building something great. You won't wait for motivation. You'll create it. You won't complain about what you lack. You'll maximize what you have. Every single move you make will scream, I'm ready for this. When you prepare for success like it's already promised to you, you move with a different energy. You don't second guess yourself as much. You don't waste time. You don't chase validation. You understand that you're building something bigger than your current situation. And that gives you drive. You're not just showing up for today. You're preparing for tomorrow, next week, next year. That kind of thinking separates the average from the elite. Preparation isn't always exciting. It's often lonely. It means working when no one is watching. It means staying disciplined even when no one is applauding you. It means mastering the basics, the small things, over and over again. But those small things compound. That repetition turns into excellence. That grind builds resilience. And eventually, when the moment comes to shine, you're not just ready, you're overqualified. There are no overnight successes. What looks like a sudden success is really the result of years of preparation. It's all the hours put in when the lights were off. All the sacrifices made in silence. All the decisions to keep going when quitting would have been easier. That's the price of preparation. And if you're not willing to pay that price, you're not really serious about winning. Think about athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, leaders, anyone who has achieved greatness. They didn't wake up one day and become successful. They prepared for it. They trained. They studied. They failed and tried again. They stayed hungry. They didn't wait for permission. They created momentum. And when their time came, they were ready to step into it with confidence. That's the power of preparation. If you want success, stop treating it like a lottery ticket and start treating it like a job. Show up every day. Get better every day. Create a routine that supports your vision. Surround yourself with people who challenge you. Cut off the habits that slow you down. Visualize your win and then work toward it like there's no other option. Move like your future depends on what you do today, because it does. Preparation is also about becoming the kind of person who can handle success. A lot of people chase the spotlight without building the character to handle it. But true success requires maturity, consistency, humility, and leadership. That's why the process is necessary. It's not just preparing your skill, it's preparing your mindset, your heart, your values. So when success shows up, it doesn't destroy you, it elevates you. When you grind with purpose and prepare with intention, life begins to shift. You start attracting opportunities instead of chasing them. You start seeing growth where there used to be excuses. You start believing in yourself on a deeper level, and others start believing in you too. Not because of what you say, but because of how you move. So don't wait for success to knock. Prepare your life like it's already on the way. Build the habits, sharpen the skills, get focused, get organized. Act like your shot is coming because it is, but it will only go to those who are ready to take it. Success doesn't reward the most talented. It rewards the most prepared. And here's the truth. Even if it takes longer than you expected, even if the journey is harder than you imagined, preparation will never be wasted. Every day you prepare, you become stronger. Every sacrifice makes you sharper. Every discipline moment adds to your momentum. So don't get discouraged. Don't look around at who's ahead. Just keep preparing. Keep building. Keep grinding. Your time is coming. But only if you're ready.